Welcome back. Today, we're talking the essential lenses you need to get started in architecture and interior photography. So the first lens you're going to want in your arsenal is going to be a wide-angle zoom. I use the 17-40. I've had this lens since the beginning of my DSLR days back in maybe 2015 once I migrated from the 4x5 camera. These days I use this for looking for compositions, hunting for if I'm in a space and I'm really unsure of what lens I'm going to use. I'll use this to kind of look around and see if maybe a wide angle would work or a tight shot would work. Helps me work through some compositional elements. But you can certainly use this as your primary lens for shooting most of your wide-angle architecture. Most camera brands have something similar to this. If you can go a little wider, I would recommend that, even a 15 or sometimes a 16. Nothing wider than that because it's getting kind of crazy, and there's a reason why you don't want to go too wide on all your shots. But this would be your primary lens. If you can get a 2.8 fixed aperture, that would be better than a 4.0 or 5.6. Make sure that it's glass, not plastic, and go with the brand of lens that matches your camera. Don't mix and match lenses and camera brands. Not a good idea. The second lens you're going to want is something in the mid-range zoom. That would be a 24-70. Most camera brands have a 24-70 in their arsenal. You're going to want to go with an IS if you can afford it. That is image stabilization, because there are going to be moments when you're hand-holding shots. Some architectural photographers like to hand-hold most of their shots. Gives you some flexibility and freedom. There's some downsides to that, but if you're one of those people, you're going to want IS, so you make sure you capture all those shots nice and crisp and clear. Again, 2.8, glass, professional. All these lenses I'm mentioning to you, you can certainly buy used from a reputable dealer, let's say B&H or Adorama or some local camera store, instead of buying the full-price version. And again, this lens as well, I've had since the beginning of my career. I have two of these. One is a main, one is a backup. Now, your third zoom lens that you're going to want is something like this, a 70-200. Again, image stabilization would be ideal, be optimal, because there will be moments when you're shooting a long shot, handheld, even on a tripod, it can get like a little bouncy. And if it's a windy day or something unstable, you want to have that little extra security. If you can afford it, go with it. 2.8, fixed aperture. Again, you don't want to mess around with variable apertures where it looks good at 70 but looks terrible at 200 or vice versa. So this would be your third lens. You won't use this as much, and it's not a lens that's necessary. Sometimes I don't even bring this lens, especially if I'm shooting a hotel and I know it's a lot of rooms, and this is just never going to come up. So this would be for your resort shoots where maybe you have to do some people shots or maybe even a food shot. Or video. This is really for me, this is a video lens where I'll do interviews with this guy. Beautiful lens for that. Very useful. That's it for today. Fast and furious. Those are the lenses you need to start your business. Now, on our next video, we will be talking about why you need a tilt shift lens. Till then, keep shooting.